Hello, C. Edward Baldwin, and this is the Inc. Report. The 2016 presidential election season is well underway. As I've stated in previous blog posts, the Republican debate, the first one, is slated for this upcoming Thursday. And a lot of people are anticipating seeing Donald Trump to see how he will behave on the national stage. Some people anticipate that he will fall on his face. I don't think so. I don't think that Donald is capable of falling on his face because he's not going to care. And that is why so many people like him, or at least 20 to 25% of the people who will vote in the Republican, on the Republican side of things. Let's listen to some of them.
He says it like it is. He speaks the truth.
And what truth is that?
When he talks about especially immigration control and the border, he doesn't care what people think. He tells the truth, what we need to do.
John?
Yeah, I think he's probably, whether it's the truth or not, I think he tells you the way he feels.
He's not going to be, like he said, I won't be bought off. Whereas anybody else that have the money will be, have that chance of being bought off.
And get Washington-itis, which is so many politicians, they go to Washington and they become completely, they don't work for the constituents anymore.
The way I see the political rhetoric, most of the politicians talk in, let's say, pastel colors. They talk for 2 hours and you go away saying, what did they say of substance? Probably nothing. But they haven't offended anybody and try to make everybody their friend. Well, if they're pastel, Donald Trump is vivid colors because he says things the way they are.
We need business, and I like his roughness, and little Reagan-esque comes to mind. It's just tough. We need someone tough.
How many?
And it's amazing about how some of these folk feel about Donald Trump when before he said this.
And these are the best and the finest. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume,
They didn't really like him. But now the Donald is somebody who says what's on his mind. He get things done, even though he hasn't told them exactly what he would do to get things done. But I think as you sit back, these people are angry, right? They're very angry. They're angry at the government. They're angry at immigration. They're angry at blacks. And they want to be able to voice that anger. They want to be able to say something about Mexicans without being called racist. They want to be able to say that Sandra Bland and Walter Scott and Freddie Gray and Samuel DuBose, that all these people brought whatever bad happened to them at the hands of police on themselves because they were doing something wrong, or they were thuggish, or they were acting out of hand. They want to be able to say those things without being called racist. And a lot of them don't believe they are racist, because look what name they like to draw up or bring about every time you're asking about the presidential nomination.
We're interested in
Ben Carson.
Ben Carson.
No.
No one.
Ben Carson.
Ben Carson.
Can't think of anyone.
Ben Carson.
See, Ben Carson. In case a lot of you don't know, Ben Carson is a black man. So surely I can't be racist if I like Ben Carson. But that's why the Donald is so successful right now. He's at the 20-25% mark because he's said what these people want to hear. He is articulating what's on their mind. Now, for right now, it's mostly been about immigration. All they need to do to keep these numbers nice and steady is to, like I said before, say something about Sandra Bland and Walter Scott and Freddie Gray, say something about how these blacks brought it on themselves, and the Black Lives Matter movement is a bunch of hogwash. If he can somehow put that in the discussion, he can keep his numbers up, maybe even rise a tick or two.